What's going on, everybody? It's Bryan Power. This is the Power 5 here on Wager Talk TV, Friday, August 11th, almost the weekend. And this is the show where every morning we run through where the market's moving, who to sell high on, who to buy low on, favorite stat of the day, and last but not least, we round out the Power 5 with a free pick, our power play of the day. We'll start rolling with the Power 5 momentarily, but first, a reminder, as always, please go ahead, smash that like button, give this show a thumbs up, and then start commenting away in the comments section, of course. Where else would you comment away? Tell me if you like what you're hearing, if you agree with the power play of the day, if you disagree with the power play of the day. Let us know your own favorite bets for Friday. Let's keep this thing interactive. We've done a great job doing that since the inception of the show. And of course, if you already haven't done so, go ahead and make sure you are subscribed to the Wager Talk YouTube page, where there is a ton of great sports betting content each and every day. All right, let's get right into how the market's moving here. Looking at the wagertalk.com odds screen, we have seen the total in Reds Pirates drop from 9.5 to 9. That's interesting because every game in the Pirates' last series, which was against the Braves, went over the number. However, the line move probably has something to do with starter Johan Oviedo having a .9 ERA and a .95 whip his last three starts. He's given up just 2 runs in 20 innings during that span. All 3 starts stay under the total. The Reds, who come into Pittsburgh ice cold, they've gone all under in their last 7 games as well. But be aware that their starter, Andrew Abbott, despite a 9-3 undermark, has been flashing signs of regression, and his whip is far higher on the road than it is at home. The Reds bullpen, by the way, stinks. 0-4, 7.96 ERA the last 9 games. 8 of those the Reds have lost. By the way, the Pirates swept the Reds the last time these teams met, though. That was all the way back in April, a 4-game series. So make sure you do your due diligence on this one, but bettors like the under in Reds Pirates, the series opener at PNC Park on Friday. Okay, on to sell high. Is it Baltimore or Seattle who's going to cool off tonight? The Orioles are 23-12 since July 1st and have the best record in the American League. They face a Mariners team, though, that has not only won its last 7 games, but also each of its last 6 series. Going back to that same date of July 1st, the Mariners are 24-10 overall during that span, so even better than Baltimore. They also have a rest advantage over the O's in addition to being at home. The O's came from behind yesterday afternoon to avoid getting swept by Houston. More on that later. And it's going to be Kyle Gibson, who's off 4 quality starts starting for Baltimore. But Luis Castillo, he goes for Seattle. He's off a rare blow-up his last time out. It's a 10-10 Eastern start. It's a tough call. Baltimore's a team I don't really want to fade as an underdog. Remember, they've been an underdog more times than they've been favored this season. But it is tough to ignore just how well Seattle has been playing. I do lean towards the home team in that American League showdown. Buy low. Okay, we just talked about 2 of the hottest teams in baseball. That's typical for a sell high segment. Well, buy low, what are we going to touch on? Well, how about 2 of the coldest teams in all of baseball right now? The Padres have lost 4 in a row, and the Diamondbacks have lost 8 in a row. These 2 NL West rivals, they open a series Friday night in the desert in Arizona, 9:40 Eastern. Arizona's bats have gone ice cold, folks. It's just really bad. We're talking about a team that was not shut out in any of its first 87 games, but they've now been blanked 4 different times in a brutal 7-24 stretch. Yes, they've lost 24 of their last 31 games, has Arizona, and they've been shut out twice in the last 6 games. Therefore, I don't want any part of the D-backs going against Blake Snell, who's got a 1.22 ERA his last 7 starts for San Diego. However, okay, I'm going to put up a stop sign here on San Diego a bit. Snell's expected FIP and his strikeout to walk ratio have been concerning of late. Over those last 7 starts, where he has a 1.22 ERA, Snell has issued 30 walks, which is quite a number there. Just 1 home run, though, so he's not getting burned by the long ball. If you have to make a play here, if you have to sell, buy low, pardon me, on one of these teams, I think it would be San Diego. Again, I defer to their run differential. This is a team that should have more wins than it does. Arizona does have the profile of a team that deserves to be below 500 right now. All right, stat of the day. As you may have heard, in the wake of yesterday's, I thought, rather fortunate 5-4 win over the Astros, AL East leading Baltimore has still not been swept in any series this season. In fact, going back to May of 2022, when the Tigers took all 3 games in a series at Comerica Park, the Orioles have gone 76 consecutive series without being swept. That is the 5th longest such streak in MLB history and the longest since 1944. So keep that in mind. If the O's do in fact lose Friday in Seattle, it is unlikely, certainly according to history, at least history going back to May of last year, that they will be swept this weekend. As a reminder, we're just going to do this real quick here before we get to our free pick, the power play of the day. This is the Power 5, but if you use coupon code POWER3, that is power followed by the number 3, you will get a 3-day all-access pass for just $39. Normally, a 1-day all-access pass would cost you $39, so that's 2 days you're getting for free with the code POWER3. And if you want to subscribe for even longer, code POWER7. That is power, followed by the number 7, wouldn't you know? That gets you a 7-day all-access for the cost of only $59. Normally, $59 would get you just 3 days of service, so this is 4 additional days at no charge. These deals are valid through midnight on Sunday at my page, wt.buzz/BP. And, of course, NFL preseason, that's going to include those plays as well. We're off to a 2-0 start to the preseason after hitting the first half under on Texans-Patriots last night. So that's good news, while Major League Baseball has been in a slump, obviously, this week, and yesterday was disappointing. Also, the Premier League begins, so a 3-day or 7-day all-access will get you all of my Premier League selections. Maybe a little La Liga will be sprinkled in there as well for the weekend. Okay, now on to the power play of the day. This one won't cost you anything. Free pick. Let's take a look at Corbin Burnes for Milwaukee, who is facing the White Sox tonight. This is an 8:10 Eastern start on the South Side. Burnes, 7 consecutive quality starts with a 2 ERA and .75 whip, so he is in fine form. And I feel confident projecting the White Sox won't be scoring too many runs tonight. But what about the Brewers? Off back-to-back extra inning affairs against Colorado, they average only 4.1 runs per game on the road. Bottom line, though, I trust Burnes a lot more than I do Chicago starter Michael Kopech, and I especially trust the Brewers bullpen more than I trust the White Sox bullpen. So this is a game where you want to lay the price. Today's power play of the day is Milwaukee with Burnes on the mound. They are around minus 160 as we speak. And that'll do it for the Power 5 for Friday, August 11th. Now let's all go and cash some tickets and have a great weekend.